Okay, we're back. Everything seems to look good and sound good on audio, so we're going to continue on with the reading. As I mentioned, in terms of, I don't know how I'm going to edit the beginning of this video, but this we're just going to go with the flow. I'm literally going to grab at decks to see what is going on in the astrals, what needs to be communicated, how you will be guided to move in the first incoming, introductory portion of the new year, the Roman New Year. However, at this point, we've, as a collective, given January 1st a lot of energy. So there is a renewal energy attached to one. In general, numerology, one does have a lot. And next year, 2026, the year actually does equal to one. So it is a one energy regardless. um so we're gonna get into it. So I don't know, I have this deck in my hand, so we're gonna start with this. I did spray the space with my sea salt water that has been energized with my home protection oil that has a lot of things going on in here. One, two things I'll tell you that's up in here is wintergreen and pine needle leaf, or pine needle, that sits in here. There's a lot of other things going on, but a few spritzes or sprays of this oil in this spring water, sea salt from Haiti, spray, and you just shake it up, and it's a very powerful, protective and cleansing spray. My ancestral candle is lit. I've called in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. I've called in my sacred ancestors, sacred starseed ancestors. Um, and yeah, we're gonna start. Incense is going. I haven't done a reading in a minute, y'all, so we're just gonna hop right into it and see what comes up. Ancestors of the highest light and highest love, cosmic guardians, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. What are the most important messages that the collective needs to know in regards to their path and how their year will start out? What are the things that are owed to them? What are the things that are owed to us? Speaking to those who have been doing the work. Give honor and thanks for the truth, the messages that need to come out during this time. The energies feel really clear off rip. I do feel a lot of ancestral lines being fortified. A lot of ancestors who were in a dormant state, to some degree, ascending, yeah, coming up in their energy. Sacred feminine energy feeling softer. Does that make sense? Like more rest. Um, Middle ground. I'm hearing looking for middle ground. There's a lot going on. I'm just kind of throwing out what is coming through just off rip, and then we're gonna settle in with the messages coming through the cards. I feel there's gonna be a total shift in what people thought they knew about themselves. It's not really like a midlife crisis, but it definitely is, yeah, an awakening. We're not going to do too much of this, and then I'm going to pull from one more deck. Let's do the Star Seed Oracle deck, even though I feel, yeah, this feels like I'm hearing like mass consciousness rewritten, so history is being rewritten. We are, hold on, we have 14 here twice, so that's 5-5. I'm gonna pull two cards from this deck, and we're gonna get started for reals. I have not tapped into this deck in a very long time. Okay. I totally lied. I'm gonna pull, actually no, we're gonna go into these energies. Okay. So there is a significant life changing, like totally transformative and life-changing energy coming in. It really does feel like it was initiated by the divine feminine, the feminine energy, through the emotions, through releasing lots of emotions. I'm hearing like emotional maturity, not being afraid of one's emotions, lots of water, heavy on the communication. How are you able to listen to your own thoughts? How are you able to tap into ancestral wisdoms? Water is communication. Your emotions communicate what your body needs, on a physical level, what your soul needs on a spiritual level. There's a lot going on there. There is definitely more of a balanced energy taking place. Um, a lot of some of how this energy is going to affect you could be on a self love and a self worth level. Okay, we have Mayat and we have worthiness. Um, cups being filled. I don't know if you can see that. We have a purple light here. Cups being filled. More of an understanding that your words have power, tapping into like like an ease. There's such an ease in this energy, less anxiety, more focus, more of a knowing, more of an openness to spirit. Um there's just something very rewarding about this. And this reading is for those, and I will always continue to draw an emphasis on this, for those who have been doing the work, for those who have been on the ascension paths, for those who have been silently observing their reality, have been taking note. We are no longer in the age of speaking loudly about certain things. We're at a point. We're at a point right now on like we're at a point right now where you either know or you don't know, because those who sat and held positions and put out materials and shared knowledge and made themselves readily available to help walk others through their own personal awakening, those days are over. That time has come and gone, like literally come and gone. And for those who have allowed themselves to remain at the level of comforts of not looking to ascend or to expand on their for themselves or for their lineage or whatever the case may be, now it really is on them. It is on them to um surrender to their path. It is up to them to humble themselves and to realize that there's more to learn. You don't know it all. Forever you're forever the student. So long as you are on this planet, you're forever the student. You're always going to have a reason and an opportunity to learn something and to do better for yourself and to remove the veils that have been placed over your eyes. There are many layers, many layers. And in the society that has been constructed around you since birth and before your birth, has been reinforced by opposition, reinforced by the parasitic elite, has been reinforced by these wrongdoers that have abused their positioning, that have abused universal law for their own gain, their own benefit, for their own wickedness. So a lot of these things are right now spirit is moving a little differently. So anyway, I just wanted to make that clear, so because this reading won't resonate with everybody. um but again, for those who have been doing the work, I just feel like there's a much more of a calmness, there's much more of like a deepening of faith that time is an illusion, and it really is about alignment, getting yourself aligned, getting yourself in a relaxed harmonic state, um really adding magic to your everyday life experience, continuing to purify, continuing to work with the waters. There is definitely a shift here. We have 14 here twice. So 14, 14, that's a five. 1 and 4 is a five. So it's 5, 5, major shift energy. Um, some of you guys are going to feel like you're at a crossroads, maybe some kind of similar to a Saturn return, but, not as intense, just maybe like making some final decisions. um I'm hearing a hop and a skip, so some of your crossroads experiences might not be as intense as they were maybe like last year or a couple of years ago. It does feel like you got this, like you have mastered these moments of decision making, game time decisions, because a lot of the decisions that you make are going to be supported and protected by your ancestors, by your spirit team. um I feel the roads are going to be a lot clearer for those who have identified their mission. Maybe you've experienced some resistance in the last couple of years. It feels like it's easier. um I'm hearing blink of an eye, like maybe some things that some seeds you've been putting in the ground are finally going to be sprouting for this coming year. Your seeds have not been forgotten, is what's coming through. I'm running out of space here. Okay, let's see. Definitely a harmony and a nice little and this could be this is kind of giving me like holidays, because it's saying here ascended masters create open communication. With this coming in with a 2 energy, kind of feels like, and I don't know if you can see this, but it kind of feels like, there's a nice flow, a nice harmony, a nice like, yeah, oh my god, look at what is at the top of the deck. I feel like a nice communication, easier communication, and easier flow with your ancestors. It doesn't feel as hard, like even for those who are considered to be hard-headed. It's just easier to communicate with your ancestors. It's easier to feel when they're pushing you to move forward, or when they're guiding you to go this way, or when they're advising you not to do something. Let me see what else. Yeah, this is like a really, I mean, this is definitely like um connecting to like the higher chakras, you know. So it makes sense that this is speaking to the ancestors, like there being a better flow of communication. I mean, we are in this winter season where the veil can be quite thin, regardless. But it does just feel like for this January coming, it is just going to be just easier to feel their presence and to know what they're saying, and to not feel um concerned, knowing what they feel like, who they are. There is a guidance here for there to be a lot of taking the time to um be still and really get just know who you are. If there's a guidance for this, I'm hearing like there will be like opposition is going to try its hardest to ramp up illusions in the political media, legacy media, in the news, in with the economics, the economy, like in different things, Hollywood, world events. I'm hearing catastrophes. This is all about staying centered, controlling your emotional body, regulating your nervous system, not allowing external energies to sway you and have you spiral out of control. This really is the time to be protecting your peace. The tip of my tongue is stinging, and to me that's guidance of bite your tongue, watch what you say, watch your words very closely, heavy on observation, observe. This is not to say get cold hearted. We are in Capricorn season, and energies like this can tend to feel like this. Energies can, I mean, we, and a lot of with the zodiacs, and the energies around the signs during different times of the year definitely can speak to how what the energies that are in the air. So yes, we are in winter. Capricorns have been known to be stern and cold, can be cold. Not all, not that's not, that doesn't describe 100% of their energy, but it is a key aspect of how they move. And so maybe there is a little bit of inspiration coming through from this Capricorn energy, but it is feeling like the proper guidance at this time. Again, it doesn't mean to throw empathy out the window and to not allow yourself to feel bad for very hard situations, for situations that feel like injustice. But I'm hearing like not everything is as it seems. And if you are truly concerned about a situation and a matter, it is greatly advised that you check in with your ancestors, you pray on it to see what your positioning is on the particular matter. Are you being called in directly to assist with a matter, if it, even if it's at the minimum level of sharing your opinions to spread awareness on a solution that can assist others in this devastating matter. But what's coming through is not all things are as devastating as they're being described. It is still the same tactics of energy drawing, mass consciousness, energy drawing. They need our battery energy. They need our heat, our anger. They need it in order to feed their intentions. A lot of what they've built in the astrals has collapsed. Any kind of rebuilding would be off of our backs, and we're not doing it anymore. Spirit is encouraging us to raise the vibrations, embrace the moment. I don't usually read these cards, but I will read this one. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you are changing your energy. You are raising the vibration. 1111 hertz frequencies, 963 hertz frequencies, angelic frequencies, violet flame frequencies, happy videos. There are YouTube channels that literally cover the good news happening all over the world that no one is focusing on because everyone's focused on the negative. Seeing the beauty in things, creating a gratitude jar, creating a win jar, affirmations. I love myself. I'm having a great day today. Good things are happening to me today. I'm happy. Working with essential oils, lavender on the head, in between the eyes, on the temples, rose oil on the heart space. This is all very, very important. Starting out the year with a refresh. I'm feeling like that cottony energy, linen fresh, you know. I would say vision boards are going to be great. I am going to pull from one more deck before I close out this reading. Mm, let's do the Secret Garden. This is my Fae deck. Divine Fae, what messages do you have for the collective for 2026? Divine Fae, messages for the collective coming into 2026. Ooh. All right, we have some, they're showing me a tree. They're saying things take time. Walk into a forest. The trees that are huge, old oak trees that have seen generations of people, generations of their environment changing around them. Something as beautiful and as sturdy as an oak tree, as large as an oak tree, it took time. So for those who have been waiting for that house, waiting for that job, waiting for that husband, that wife, waiting for that business plan to pop off, waiting, there was a divine order taking place. And divine order doesn't mean that the divine wanted you to wait this long. It meant that your bien, when I say bien is in Creole, that means your abundance, your good, your wealth, the treasures that were for you were being kept. And it was done in a divine order for opposition to be moved out the way with no crumbs left, no dust left, no trace left of opposition in order for you to get what you need. So patience, and do not give up on yourself. I'm hearing spirit, the energy from your environment is going to be louder. There's going to be more of a Mother Earth wanting to communicate with you. And when I say you, is whoever is resonating with this video. So listen closely to the wind, to the trees, the plants as they move. Watch their movement around you. Birds, colors, fragrances. Pay attention to all of that. There are communications and guidance and encouragement, because we do need more of that earthly healing. And I'm hearing there will be more activations for those who communicate with the Fae, those who communicate with the trees, those who give back to the plants, those who plant. I'm hearing revolutionizing urbanization. I do not know what that is speaking to, but it could be for metropolitan cities, growing more plants, maybe learning how to grow your own food, and growing more food, growing more plants in these urban areas brings in more of the healing energy from Mother Earth, and that helps us in return. So patience. The Fae are saying they've been patient. We can be patient. And that is what's coming through. I haven't done an animal totem in a minute, so we're gonna pull an animal totem that can come through as guidance for the beginning of the new year. or it can help bring more understanding, more understanding, overstanding for you coming into the new year. Divine Animal Kingdom. Ah, look at that. Grasshopper, eternal student. Grasshopper energy, it does speak to well, first thing I think about is the timeline jumping, shift energy. There was a lot of shift energy here, total transformation energy. The blink of an eye, when I'd mentioned that, definitely speaks to uh, a scene in your life shifting because you have understood that time is an illusion and it is about alignment. The grasshopper, it's interesting how the grasshopper is associated to a student energy, because once the grasshopper has mastered what it needs to know, it's able to move. Next scene, timeline shift, next scene, timeline shift, next scene. So grasshopper is definitely coming through to remind you there's much more to learn, there's much more to absorb in order to expand your pathways. Allow yourself to be flexible. Remember, nothing stays the same forever. There's always new heights to reach and new places to go to. So this is what is coming up. I hope this reading resonated. I'm hoping to do more readings during this winter pause. I will have much more time to do that. But I'm just kind of going with the energies, going with the flow, and I'm not forcing it. If you would like a private session with me, I am open for readings. I have been open for readings. I feel like I've just not really been very vocal about it. But if you would like to schedule something with me, definitely hit me up, send me a direct message, or visit my website, bynatalieetienne.com. All that stuff will be in the description down below. And I do appreciate you all for listening to this reading, tapping in with this reading, being patient with me. And thank you so much. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And until next time, I hope everyone had a happy holidays and happy Kwanzaa and all that good stuff, and spent some time with the families. And Bon Makaya for all my Haitians out there and those who celebrate the herbal cleansings at this time of the year. Make sure you do your spiritual baths and all that. I feel like I have all these messages and the things that I've been wanting to share, and it's all coming to mind during the closing of this video. But I'm not going to continue to ramble. Many blessings upon you all, and I'll see you all soon.